Good morning, everyone. My name is Louise from Clarity Crafts here in the UK. Welcome to Groovi Tuesday. Hope everybody's doing well. I didn't realise the time. I've literally been like grabbing my tea and all of this before I started because I was just like, oh, is that the time already? It's gone so quick this morning. I've been making up little angel kits this morning. So I like doing that because you kind of like organising everything. So it's good fun. So come on in. It's a bit of a strange day today. It's a bit cloudy, it's a bit chilly. It's not really that sunny. So, but it's all good. Good crafting weather anyway. So that's what we're doing today. The shows yesterday went really well and on Sunday as well. I really like the Twas the Night printed parchment. They're really, really good. Perfect for like little mini makes or I saw those when I had the little Twas the Night printed parchment and I was making up the little book. I thought, oh, what a wonderful little gift to give somebody. You know, it's a Christmas keepsake that you bring out every Christmas just to read your children or your grandchildren. But yeah, it's a really lovely tradition. Like, I just imagine Christmas sitting by the fire, reading "Twas the Night Before Christmas." It sounds like perfect Christmas vibes, doesn't it? So I'm just doing my normal rambling before everybody comes into the room. So we've got, I think, this week and next week left of this project, and then we're going to go on to something else that's going to be equally as exciting, hopefully. But I've got to figure that one out. So bear with me on that one. Once I know all of the ingredients and what we're doing, I'll post it on Facebook. So anybody that wanted to join in and follow along can. So that would be something that I'll probably in the next week or so I can arrange and then put some details up for you. Because it's always nice to know exactly what you're doing a week before, so you kind of get the idea. So yes, so we're going to carry on with the card that we've been doing, the primrose. I took the inspiration from Francis Knott's design. So instead of losing the flower part, we've just using them as corners instead of as a little primula for the flower pot. So sound is all good. Thank you, Jade. So Jade's going to be in the room today with you. So any questions, she's there to help you, and she'll feed through anything that she thinks I need to answer. Oh, good. Pauline's having a PJ day. I must admit, when I come home, I kind of get straight into my little, like my pajamas or lounge where I suppose they're, you know, it's just comfortable. I think I've done that ever since I was a child. As soon as I get in, I want to take off like day clothes and just get into something comfortable. So I don't blame you for that, because like as soon as I get home, I'm in my PJs too. So not long until the open days now, less than 2 weeks. Yeah, so it's not this Friday, it's next Friday. So yeah, that's going really, really quick. But yeah, there'll be lots of bits and pieces to, lots of new bits coming in the open day. So definitely, if you want to be the first one to get certain things, then it's always good to come to the open days, and it's a really fun day. I used to come as a customer before I came, obviously before I worked at the open day, and it's always good fun. I mean, it's crafting heaven, isn't it? You've got all of the bits around you. You're watching your favourite demonstrators in the middle of the room, and it's just a fun day. So you have the Friday and the Saturday, and then there are workshops. So there's Linda Williams' workshop for the Groovi Parches, and then there's Barbara's one for the inky arty, painty vibes. So yeah, they're really good days. So if you can go, then I really recommend it. And you when you buy your ticket, you immediately go into a raffle. So you have a little raffle ticket, and then each hour, Barbara calls out a number, and if obviously that your little raffle ticket wins, then you get a little prize. And it's you know, it's not just bargain basement like gifts that we don't want. It's something that Barbara's gone round the room and gone, oh, I'd like that, so I'm going to give that to somebody. You know, so it's really good fun. I think you'll really enjoy it if you've never been before. Okay, so I see we've got quite a few of our friends in the room now, so that's cool. I'm just reading all of the little notes and everything. So let's get cracking into it. So let me come onto the overhead. Here we go. So this is where we are heading. So if I show you what we've done so far, we've done all of the colouring and all of the line art. Then last week we completed all of the perforating borders. So if you wanted to know how to do this border from scratch, then go to the previous YouTube Groovi Tuesday video for that, because I'll show you how to create the border. Today we're just carrying on with the embossing, and then probably next week we can perforate and picot cut everything out. So we'll do the embossing for this part here, and in here, and in here, and I think that will tide us over for today. And then next week we can do all of the snipping. So if you want some ASMR picot cutting, click, 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 tick, 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 then next week's going to be your is going to be the week that you'll want to listen to, because there'll be a lot of snip, snip, snips. Okay, so let me bring that one in. So I'm going to go onto the back of the parchment, and I've got the soft side of the black mat, minus whatever that is. Looks like a crumb. There we go. Sometimes you don't want little bits on your black mat if you can help it, because if you're embossing and everything, last thing you want is like this little white mark appear where it shouldn't. Don't want that. Okay, so far, if I come in closer, there we go. Oh, maybe a little bit closer. Let's get close. There we go. So let me show you one line. So here we are at the moment. Let me bring in the card so you can see where we are at the moment. So we've done our semicircles up here, and we've done our 2 lines, 2 dots rather, here and here. I think by the looks of it, I've got to put another dot. Hold on, let me bring in my tool so you can see. I've got to put in because I've put a dot here, so I really want to put a dot in here as well, because obviously this is all going to be cut. So yeah, so we want to put a dot in here as well, and then after that, that's all of that part done. And then after that, what I've done is I've just used you can use, if you wanted to, I haven't got one here, but like a nested scallop plate, if you wanted to, if you weren't so keen on just freehand doing your embossing and you want it to look, obviously for me, I've kind of sometimes have wobbly hands, so it doesn't look perfect. So if you wanted to use a nested scallop plate to make it look all uniform, you know, here and here, there's lots of plates that we have that have little scallops and big scallops on. So maybe have a look at all of your Groovi plates and see where you can find a little scallop and a large scallop. So the large scallop could be the nested scallops, square or circle, it doesn't really matter. And then there are some little plates that have like little scallops on. So like I think the personalised plate mate has a little scallop. So just have a look at what you've got in your stash. You might not want to use a scallop, you might want to use something else. Or if you didn't want to do this embossed line, you might want to use the semicircle tool here and then the semicircle mini tool here. So, but test it on your template first. So, oh, thank you, Jane. Yes, it gives it character. My card has lots of character because I enjoy doing tool work, but sometimes if I don't have my magnifying glass, it can go a bit peaked-on. So, but yeah, it doesn't. Nothing ever has to be perfect. And when you have this kind of design all the way around, and you give it to somebody you know that you love and everything, unless they're not going to look at that and go, oh, don't like that, it's wobbly. It doesn't look uniform. So I know we're all perfectionists in our own way, especially when it comes to parchment. I think it's hard to sometimes take away the perfectionist, but I think when things aren't perfect, I think sometimes they look better. Gives it character and personality. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to put, oh, hold on, I can't see. Sorry. I'm going to put the little dot here first, and I'm going to do that all the way around. And then we'll tackle the inner scallops. So that gives you time to have a little look around your stash and see if you are following along. Gives you a little time to have a look through your Groovi plates and see if you can find any little scallops and big scallops. Where's my Groovi card? Always handy to have Groovi card. Okay, so can you let me bring it into the center so you can properly see? There we go. So it's just going above that little circle there. I mean, I didn't have an idea in mind when I was doing this border. A lot of the time I just have a play, and then either it ends up being good or it doesn't. But it's good to just have a little play and see what you can create with borders. Always good fun. So I had a look this morning on my phone, and I'm going to talk about the national days again because I think it's really, really funny. I do it every day, but today Jane's not going to like this. It's National Candy Day. Why is it always something yummy on Tuesdays? Next Tuesday it's going to be National Cake Day, Jane. But no, it's National Candy Day today, and I don't know where all of these ideas come from, but underneath National Candy Day, it says National Chicken Lady Day. So I don't know where all of these things come from, but underneath it said, what did it say? It said today is National Chicken Lady Day. Unaware of the origin of this day. So nobody knows where it came from, but apparently November the 4th is National Chicken Lady Day. I'd understand if it was National Cat Lady Day, but yeah, that's a bit bizarre really sometimes. It's always good looking the next day because Yeah, it must be, that must be American, because candy's American, isn't it? They say candy. We say sweets, they say candy. Okay, so I'm just continuing doing my little dot. I think with my cards, I get excited and put lots of little dots. I think it's quite fun actually, putting little dots here and there. Getting carried away with the dots. Might have to get myself a Christmas jumper for the open days. There we go. So, looks like I've done my dot all the way around now. Before you know it, it's done. There we go. So let me show you on the front. Okay, so we have our little dot. Lots of dots. Okay. So it's very exciting tomorrow. We've got our first module of the perforating and picot cutting course. So that's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to that. Got to get myself prepared in the morning, get everything together. So yeah, it's going to be a fun few weeks, and then obviously it's ties in with the open days as well. So there's going to be lots of fun the next couple of weeks. Okay, so did I use? I think I used the number 1. Yeah. Right. So let me just check. Okay. So what I think I did. There you go. Oh, where are we? Down here now. So I'm just doing that all the way around. I'm using the number 1, but you could use the number 2 if you wanted to. Oh, sorry. Let's go down. I look up and then all of a sudden I'm out of shot. Been lots of exciting things coming out in the last few days. I really liked the stamp set last week of the moon and the tree trunks. I like that. That was really nice. There we go. And the angels were brilliant. I made an angel. I made the leaflet about the angel, and now I'm making up angel kits. So I'm having a very angelic week. Oh, I only saw 2 days. Is it? National Easy Bake Oven Day. Is that what it is? I didn't see that. I think it's funny what they have national days for. So you can press fairly hard, but when you get near some of the perforation holes, then maybe don't press as hard. But you can always go over, even if you do it lightly. So say, for example, you're unsure and you do it very lightly, like so, you can always just keep on going over it lightly until you get the whiteness that you want. So don't worry if you think that you're pressing too lightly, then you can just keep on going over it and it will eventually get whiter. There we go. Getting there. We do live in a crazy world. You're right, Lillian. So right. It's getting crazier by the minute. But it's okay, we can lose ourselves in crafting. We're very lucky in that we can escape reality for a while we're crafting. Not many people can do that. There we go. But yeah, the angels went really, really well. And I think that's really, really cute. There'd be good Christmas tree decorations, I think, and the fact that they come in their little boxes is really nice as well, I think. Yeah, that is the great thing with crafting, is we can escape into our own little world. And you're right, Lillian, at least we've got clarity. I don't know what I would have done actually without clarity. It's been a great year. And yeah, it's a lovely, lovely place to work, especially when you're just crafting and everything. And you get to go to open days, and it's a really lovely community. Everybody is so lovely. You know, we don't have anybody that's we've just got lovely, lovely friends, and everybody helps out each other, which is really lovely. Everybody just helps each other, and maybe come out a little bit. Oh, I know. Which is lovely. You see all the time, I see on Groovi Worldwide, you know, somebody going, oh, how do I do this? And there's always somebody there to help each other. And I think that's really lovely. There we go. So that is the little scallopy bits in the middle. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to do the corners, because obviously the corners look quite bare. So with the corners, let me bring this in. I've just done a little, oh, hold on, let me come right in. There we go. So I've just done like a little twiddly bit. So I'm going to keep that there while I do this. So I kind of come in like this. Oh, you didn't even see that. Sorry. I was thinking so much about having the card in place that I didn't have the... It's because it's close up, you see. There we go. So what I did is just went like that. And then I went like that. And then I put a little dot in the middle. So it's just really just about having some fun, really. I'll just move the card out of the way now. So, oh, let me use. So go like this. I've done that with that corner because I've got the scallop there. I'm going to do the same with this one down here. So slightly different to the other corners, but this one, I'm going to do that and that. And I'm just going to finish the little scrolls there. So with this little twiddly bit, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to... I might do a little scallop there. Might do little scallops in. I'm going to put a little dot there. There we go. So I'll do the same with this corner here. So both corners are going to be different because obviously right at the beginning, if you remember, I made a little boo-boo and then showed you how you can rectify it and make it part of the pattern. So there we go. So let me just keep that there. I think what I'm going to do as well here is I'm just going to put a little dot here and a dot here, just so that there's some white work around the corners there. I'm going to put a dot here, and I've already put a dot over there. Okay, so on the front, we've got our little twiddly corners. What I might do here in the corners, so I might just, like I've done over here, put a little dot there just to finish it off. So, and then you can elaborate and do anything else that you wanted to, you know, for example, you know, you could keep on putting some little, you know, little dots around here if you wanted to, or you can keep it like that. It's really up to you. So, you know, just to fill up the space as well. You can just have a little bit of fun as well, just to create lots of little twiddly bits out of here as well. So you wanted to fill the corner space a little bit. So there's like some little twiddly bits. And if you wanted to around here, I mean, you have to learn when to stop, she says. But just some little, it just gives a little bit of extra little bit of quirkiness. Just a little bit fun, isn't it? Have a little play. There we go. So it just gives a little bit of just a little bit of fun, isn't it, really? Okay, so I think we've done the border. That part's done. Once it's all cut out, it'll look even nicer, I think. But it's all good fun just to do something completely different. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, let me bring it in. So I'm going to do this part here, the little flower in the middle. So what you can see here is I've put one dot in the middle, like so. Okay, so if I do that all the way around, do that first. And sometimes I think it's, for me, it's good to have it right by me so I can see what I've done. Otherwise, knowing me, I'll make a mistake. There we go. So we've done our little dot in the middle. And so as well, I've done two little dots there. So I'm just going to continue that round like so. I'm just going to have a sip of my tea. So a reminder for you to have a drink. Okay. Oh, see you later, Richard. Have a good day. You can see Richard's off. So nice because it just feels like having like a crafty hour with some friends when I do Groovy Tuesday. You will keep me company. I can look up and see what everybody's talking about. There we go. So I've done my little two dots. Let me show you on the front. Okay. So we're getting there, along with my little scallop. So kind of looks a bit like a ball because I accidentally put the scallop there because I was talking and I got carried away. Okay, let me come back onto here. So once I've done the big dot in here and the two little dots there, I then got my number one. Actually, no, hold on. Go, still keep with number two. I've put a dot here. So above that little bit there. It starts to look a little bit like a flower. Okay, so I've done my little dots all the way around on, on the, you can see there's the butterfly tool, and then I've put the dot on the outside. Okay, so the next one is I'm using my number one now. I'm going to, again, you can use a little scallop if you wanted to, but I'm just going to, Lillian's bawling later. Christmas cards. I need to start my Christmas cards. It's November. I'm late. Yeah, I suppose it does look like a little mandala. And you can keep it going outside because there's a lot of space. There we go. So you can obviously carry it around all the way around. I mean, I might just, to make it look a little bit more, I'll put a little dot here. There we go. So we've done that little bit. And then, I put a little dot here. I know, Jane, there's so many lovely secret things to do. But yeah, I need to set myself some time to do some Christmas cards. There we go. So we've done our little dot all the way around. So obviously on this one, I carried it all the way around. So that's what you were really aiming for. There's a lot of space in here. So what I thought I'm actually going to do is I'm going to use my Groovi card, and I'm going to, because we're getting near Christmas, I'm going to pretend it's a bauble. See, sometimes mistakes are good. Okay, so I've done my little string. I mean, you could do that if you wanted to. You could do this with the other one anyway. Like if you wanted to, you could still put a line up there if you wanted a bauble. And then what I'm going to do is on the line, do lots of little dots all the way down. I know it really does make a difference. The dots around any kind of you know, like around here, it just kind of makes it nice and fancy, doesn't it? I'm just doing my little beads. There you go. So I'm going to make a little, just because I can. Louise is getting carried away now. This was not in the plan. There we go. So I might just make the little line a bit wider. I didn't like what I just did, so I'm just going to do something else now. I have lots of little beads. Sometimes I get a little bit carried away, you know. Oh, that's good. I'm making Christmas cards while watching me. That's cool. So, no idea what I was doing there, but never mind. Let's make the beads in the middle a bit wider. This is what happens when you kind of decide to do something. Anyway, kind of looks like a bauble. So let's get onto this bun now. Yeah, I could have done a ribbon. I might do a ribbon. I might actually. I don't know what I'm doing with that. Right. What I would have stuck with doing that ribbon is I should have just stuck with that. So I got a bit carried away and then decided I thought I was going to do like a little diamond beaded thing, but it didn't work out. So see, things happen, mistakes happen. It's all good. Right, so now on here, gonna do the little flower design. Okay. So I did my little dot in the middle. Okay, so now I'm using my number 1, and I'm just going to go around ever so lightly and carefully. And I'm doing my little flower. Okay. Oh, can't even see it. Let's do it again. Okay, so we're just doing our little flowers all the way around. Some little flowers, and then I'll show you on the front what it looks like. There we go. So there's our little flowers. I might make the middle a little bit bigger. It's a little bit. There we go. There we go. So that part's done. And now what are we doing now? Okay, so we've done the embossing part there. We've got a little ribbon. So what we're going to do, now we've done our little ribbon, I might perforate around this little bit, so that's done today. And then we don't have to do any we'll re-perforate all of the border next week, and then we can cut that out. So that is the plan. We have to do something about that. I don't like that. Just put a card over it. Okay, so I'm going to bring in my Pico foam and I'm going to perforate around this part, so that's done. Maybe I could do something like this and put that over it. Yeah, I might do that, but make it smaller. What have I got in here? I've got my butterfly tool. How big is that? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. Hang on a minute. I'm going to do something else with that ribbon because I didn't like the ribbon. So because this is one of the tools that I have, we're going to use that, I reckon. And then let me put that over. There you go. I don't know if 5's enough. What's that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just do 6 because then I can cut a little bit off. See, it's good making mistakes because sometimes it works better. Okay, so might just, what I'm going to do with this as well, because obviously once I cut this out, there's going to be nothing here holding it. So I'll go, where's my, that's a Pico foam, don't want that. We want this. So I'm going to put a dot either side of here. Then I'm going to use my 2 needle tool and I'm going to just go around that part. So this makes this part in the middle wider, because what's going to happen is I'm going to Pico cut around this part and all you're going to get is just squares then. So just to make it a little bit wider. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a big dot in the middle. And tiny little dots. I'm just showing you my little process of if I make a mistake. I suppose this is the kind of the same kind of vibe as stick a butterfly over it. But it's just finding something to hide the mistake. So like, you know, actually, I've made 3 mistakes now on this, and I think it's good to show the mistake. So for example, the first one was I put scallop on there. The second was I was well, actually, every time I've done something wrong, I've been talking. But I put, where is it? Yeah. I put a semicircle here by accident, I picked it up thinking it was the butterfly tool. So there's 2 semicircles on this corner and this corner, and I made it part of the design. So you can't, because I put one of these, so you can't really tell now that there was a mistake. And then obviously this one here, I was going to just do this kind of, where is it going? This kind of design all the way down. And then I thought, oh, I'll put like little diamonds, but then I kind of made a mistake. So then I made that. So now we're going to forget about that. And we're going to make this. Yeah, so I've done my little dots. Let me do my little dots. And what I can do is I'll stick this down with a little bit of pergo glue. That will be that. Okay, so we've done our little, see that's the kind of vibe I was going for, you know. It was going to look like that, but then it decided not to look like that. But yeah, it just proves that sometimes I can't talk and parch. Okay, so we've made our little, it's going to go round there. Okay, so let me come back in with my, this is my 2 needle bold. So I can re-perforate through it all. But around here, I'm just making a little bit. Is that as close as I can? Yeah, it's as close as I can go. Actually, hang on, let me see if, well, hey, went off. Ah, there you go. Look at that. Look at that. That's better. Okay. Exactly, Naheed. We always see our mistakes. Nobody else will ever see your mistakes. If you look at this card I've made here, once I've put this over that, it will look okay. I mean, you could even put just like a little bit of ribbon over and put a little bow here to hide it. You could stick a little bit of ribbon down. We've got some ribbon because we've made some angels, and that's quite thin, so that could work. Okay, so I'm just, we're very, very close up, so I've got to watch. I know, I need to relax. See, because I'm a perfectionist, I absolutely hate making mistakes. Especially like when you begin a new craft, I always expect to be great at it first time, and if I'm not, well, I don't expect to be great at it. What I mean is, I like it to be perfect first time. And obviously, when you're learning, it's never going to be perfect first time, and I need to kind of calm down. You know, so I, I do a little bit of painting and with watercolors and gouache, and sometimes I need to just realize that I'm a beginner, and it's not going to look like the tutorial of the expert that's been doing it 10 years, 20 years. So I need to calm down. Okay, so now I'm just going around this little, there we go. Where am I? Hold on. There we go. Yeah. It doesn't look too bad, does it? And then what I'm going to do with this end, we turn it around so we can see, is I'm just going to just go round like so. Okay, and that should, and what you want to make sure is, and I'll be talking about this tomorrow, is you'll want to make sure that all of your perforation holes, whenever you do anything, are all the same size. Because if you want picots that look uniform, especially if you're going along a straight edge, then you need to make sure that all of the holes perforation holes are exactly the same, because it all starts there. Nobody can do a really lovely picot cut if they've got wonky holes. You know, you can't expect, you know, to go like this and expect it to do perfect picots. Jane, do you know what time the workshops start next weekend? Oh my gosh, it's next weekend, isn't it? Blimey, that went quick. I believe it's 10. I think. I can't remember. Hold on, I've got the information here actually. 1 second. Bear with me. I've got the open days. Let me bring these in actually, because let's just stop right there, because I think we've done quite well. So let me just go over what we've done, and then I will give you the information for the open days and the workshops. Okay, so today we've done our little, oh, hold on, let me bring this out a little bit, because there we go. Okay, so we've done our little twiddly bits around here. We've done some extra dots. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. We went around here. I messed up here. And we've done our little flower ribbons. So next week we've got a lot of perforating and a lot of picot cutting to do. But it's going to look great once it's done. That is going to go over that. And I'm going to use some perga glue, because I can hide the perga glue behind the white dots. So that will be okay. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. What was I thinking? Okay, let me come in with the open days. So let me just take that to one side. Okay, so open days. Clarity open days, Friday the 14th of November, 9 till 4. So if you wanted to come on the Friday, there's the number here for you if you wanted to still come. And then, so that's 60214. I believe there are a few spaces left for the Groovi workshop. Yes. Yeah, I believe there are a couple left. So definitely, if you can come, that would be great. But it's best to, if you were thinking about it, it's best to get your ticket now, because there's a few spaces left. Yeah. So that's a Friday. That's the Saturday. That's 60215. They're 9 to 4, the open days. So, there's the one for Barbara's, which is 60216. It doesn't have the time on it. I thought it had the time on it. I believe it's 10. Paul or Gilly, if you're watching, could you just text me the time of the workshop start next weekend? They may be watching in the office while doing all of their other bits and pieces. But yeah, so that's the Inky Arty one with Barbara, and then this is the Groove Parchment one with Linda. So that's 60217. So yeah, so that's. Does it not say it on the website? Let me just have a quick look. Hold on, let me come on the front page. There we go. So I hope everybody had fun. Let me just check the website to see if it says the workshop time on the workshop. Oh, good. I'm glad it works. Sometimes it doesn't work in here because of all of the bits and pieces. Okay. 1 day workshop. No, it's not on the website. I believe it's 10. Yeah, I believe it's 10. I could let you know at the 2 p.m. show. Yeah, but yeah, I'll ask Paul, and I will. We'll go over the workshops at 2 p.m. as well. But I believe it's 10 till 4. I can't remember what it was last time. I actually did the workshop with Linda back in June, and I can't remember whether it was 9 or 10, but I'm sure it's 10. I believe it's 10. But yeah, I'll let you know at 2 p.m. Okay, so I'm glad I hope everybody had a lovely hour. We're coming back at 2 p.m. to show you the lovely design team work of the 'Twas the Night. Yeah, the 'Twas the Night. Barbara did the printed parchment yesterday, so we're going to do the Groovi plates today. There won't be a full demo, but I'm going to show you a few tips and tricks here and there of a few little bits and pieces that I've pulled out. So it'll be a lovely little, be a nice little time to spend. Yes, workshop starts at 9. So I would have been an hour late. Yeah, so workshop starts at 9 till 4. So yes, so it's the same as the open days. Yeah, sorry. I don't know why I was thinking 10. Something starts at 10. I don't know what that is. Okay, so I will see you at 2 p.m. if you are okay to come back at 2 p.m. and watch us do a few little tips and tricks and showing you some inspiration of the design team. It's lovely to see all of the design team stuff because they stay in boxes, and we like to bring it out and show some old stuff and some new stuff. And you know, it's just nice to see, is to bring it out and show everybody, because the design team, I don't know how many hours the design team have spent with all of those lovely design team stuff that's in there. I wouldn't even be able to guess how many hours have been spent on lovely design team samples that's in that room. But yeah, so it's nice to see them, to see some occasional artwork now and again. So yeah, it's going to be a lovely hour. So if you can come back at 2, that would be great. So thank you very much, Jane, for helping me out in the hour. And I will see you at 2 p.m. So take care, everyone.